Look, first of all, let me now say that concepts of post-colonial and colonial and global south and north have lost all analytical value. Okay? First of all, we must not underestimate the fact that democracy, liberal democracy, is not part of the West's history. Okay? It's part of the Anglo world's history. I mean, count how many years France was a democracy in the 19th century. Do you know when Switzerland got universal suffrage? When did the United States get universal suffrage? 1961, 62, right? Okay. So, first of all, this idea, right, that we have convinced ourselves that we are there's something sui generis about us, of course, I mean, in a colloquial, we understand the sense in which we are post-colonial. But when it comes to understanding these matters, don't let this is the way in which the West more insidiously writes your history, and we are all collaborating in it. Liberal democracy is a hard-won, fleeting achievement, fragile in most contexts, right? I mean, you read Mark Metzower's Europe, the Dark Continent. I mean, the nice play on the word dark continent. It was not clear till 1945 that your liberal democracy was winning. You know, it's a particular geopolitical, right? So, first of all, let us start owning the history of liberal democracy, right? Not give it to the West and say we are somehow in some senses different. Because again, that's the hole we go down when we go down, Indian political theory. This is as Indian as anything, right? Then the question to ask, and that comes to actually the caste question in a different way, is in all societies, right? What is the core of liberalism? Let's also get down to the philosophical basics in some way, right? We can give a high theory of liberalism, right? Professionally, I love articulating that. I will die on the hill of defending liberalism. But in political terms, all societies, citizens raise basic legitimation demands all the time. They will ask of any practice from caste to class, why does this practice persist? Why do we do things this way, right? Patriarchy, economic arrangements, right? The question, the core of liberal democracy, right, is when these questions are asked, you don't resort to coercion justified by a normative theory that you can't justify to the person asking that question, right? Here's the truth about when people say liberal democracy has no cultural roots in India, all of that stuff. Every single one of us, there isn't a person in history, probably, maybe, a little bit exaggerated, but who at some point has not used an argument of the following sort. Don't impose something on me because I don't agree with it, right? Minorities invoke it against majorities. Majorities invoke it against colonial powers, right? Right? Parents and children sometimes invoke it against parents. I mean, there are all kinds of contexts in which we expect a basic form of respect be expressed to us, right? By recognizing our agency and not simply saying, sorry, what you say doesn't count, we impose this on you. All of us have had this experience phenomenologically somewhere, right? All that liberal democracy requires is a generalization of that courtesy to everybody, right? So if we are asking decolonization in the name of freedom, when then somebody asks freedom internally, you don't, right? Suppress them. When minorities say to majorities, don't impose X on us, the same logic applies all the way down. Don't impose it on individuals, right? So, the basis of liberal democracy, I just find this debate extraordinarily perplexing. Is it Indian? It actually speaks to something profound, phenomenologically profound in almost all human beings. The question is, how can you build up and draw out on it? Then get obsessed with, is it Western or is it in sense Indian, right?